So the child health immunisation services were set up about 40 years ago, initially running a clinic out of a local church hall. But over the years, as the community expanded on the coast, community health centres were built. We then increased our services, and we currently run child health immunisation clinics out of 6 locations on the Central Coast. We also have an outreach clinic up at Mangrove Mountain as well in a community health centre.
The free immunisation childhood clinics run on the Central Coast are an extremely important service that is given to families of young children. I've worked in general practice before as well, and I know how difficult it is for parents to get appointments with GPs, to get their child's vaccinations, and also sometimes now with bulk billing issues, they may be required to pay for a consultation even though the vaccinations are free, and this is not always a possibility for a lot of families. So I find that the immunisation clinics are such an important part of keeping our whole community safe.
So in our child health immunisation clinics, predominantly we provide the scheduled vaccines for the 0 to 5-year-old children. We also provide vaccination for pregnant women, and we also provide catch-up immunisations for families that might be behind in their immunisation schedule. Our service runs as a drop-in service. We provide weekday immunisation clinics, and we also provide Saturday immunisation clinics as well. So as you can imagine, the Saturday immunisation clinics have been a wonderful resource for parents that otherwise couldn't attend their GP or during the week because of their working commitments. And it also enables a parent that might be a bit anxious about immunisation to have a support person available. What we found was when we were running these immunisation clinics, the parents were also asking for additional support. So we were able to approach Child and Family Health Services, and now we run a child health service alongside the immunisation service on a Saturday. Most of our clinics, we're seeing between 60 to 110 families attending at any clinic time, and we've seen a slight increase over the last couple of years, especially following the pandemic. Quite often we get referrals from GPs or parents that have anxious children, children with ASDs, or even children with chronic illnesses. So they're often referred to our clinic because my clinic runs with very highly skilled nurses. Most have all got paediatric training as well. We've seen an increase in families from different cultures residing on the Central Coast, especially in the past few years. Often these families arrive without Medicare status, so our clinics are an option for them to attend to have their families immunised. We can also provide free interpreter services for these families.
During our vaccination clinics, when we're vaccinating a child, positioning is extremely important. If we have a parent that can hold and position a child safely and securely, then there's no reason that a child cannot be vaccinated safely. With our 4-year-old children, the Buzzy Bee distraction device works really well. What we do is we put the little wings in the freezer for a little bit so they're nice and cold. We attach it to the Buzzy Bee and we get the mum or the child to hold it onto the site that we're going to vaccinate for about 30 seconds.
So the idea is that you place the device between the vaccination site and the brain, and what actually happens is it causes confusion in the nerve pathways, and it acts as like a pain relief for the child. And we've found it's very effective.
Some other distraction techniques we use is parents or carers may bring in a mobile phone or an iPad and play the child's favourite cartoon. We sing songs, we have other nurses sometimes do dances, we blow bubbles, anything really that can help just distract that child just momentarily while we give the vaccination safely.
And I can honestly say in all the years, I think the 28 years that I've been vaccinating in my clinics, we've never been unable to vaccinate a child.
When a child has to have multiple vaccinations, such as a child that may be on a catch-up schedule, so having more than the usual number of vaccinations at any one time, we talk to the parents and communicate really well what we're giving, where and why we're doing that. Sometimes we also use 2 vaccinators at the same time, one on either side of the child, so that the vaccinations are given in a more timely manner and that the child is vaccinated safely. Another thing that we do for our 4-year-olds is to give out some rewards after having the vaccination. We usually talk about what they can have before we give the vaccination as a little bit of a system to help them remain calm. We give out bravery awards, we give out stickers, we give out little bags, which they're all usually pretty happy to get and trot out of the room with their little gifts, and are very proud of themselves for having their vaccination.
I'm extremely passionate about immunisation. I've been immunising for over 28 years now. I have a fantastic team of nurse immunisers as well. I work closely with GPs and practice nurses. So at the end of the day, it's about all working together to protect our community.